I'm reading today from Victor Catel's collected poems, published by Peepal Press in 2016. Victor from Trinidad was one of the most promising poets of the 70s. He died unfortunately at the early age of 33. This poem from the collected poems is titled Downstairs. Downstairs is where we keep things that soon harden into rust. Old clim pans full of nails, bolts, door hinges. Rodent-gnawed felt hammers of a German-made piano. A broken clay jar and half-empty soft drink cases with bottles encased in dust. Downstairs, cobwebs snare unwary eyes. Bricks, sand and lumber wait on you hand and foot. Propped against 6 feet of raw earth is a spade without a handle. To the left of this is an English typewriter frozen in dirt, its keys bent on destruction, the lone relic of mother's adventure as a stenographer in town, before it finally learned the shorthand of modernity. Close by are huge ice tongs, their jaws fixed in air, the only remnants of the shop Grandad ran before his heart collapsed with the Depression years. Everything is on ice here. Further in, a wooden man with a broken hand for letters, Uncle Dan made him, stares piercingly at you out of the darkness. Uncle Dan was a cabinet maker who gave that up to work with the railway and then the bus company. His man still journeys downstairs on his one leg, waiting for life's postman. In this damp fortress, the past hatches its own memories among 2 abandoned hen houses, a baby's crib, and discolored lizard's eggs. Across a mound of rubble, a ladder climbs to its own heights, while a pitchfork is lodged in the brain of an old headpiece. There is also a bicycle frame, suspended from the low ceiling, still pedaling backwards to the age of rally. Fungus grows on old, unstuck Italian-made shoes. Lately, a withdrawn, broken night chair has gone to France, though it supports a fiber mattress. The whole fabric of society is here. Everything. There's Germany's giant oven, the one that made the best bread in the 40s northeast of the East Dry River. Seeing it, I remember that Mammy, as her children and grandchildren called her, took to baking after Papa, her husband, died. Before that, she worked in Panama. A good Bajan woman. The symbol of her work ethic is now broken, buried in sand near an overturned oil drum Dad once brought home from the Shell tanker MV Martina, or maybe it was the MV.14. An extension cord creeps under the boards and wires its way rather reluctantly upwards. I live below temporarily, and it's my link with civilization, recovering from nervous exhaustion, leveled by junk and objects that define upstairs. I, a rusting dog chain and crawling memory, hold downstairs together. I'm reading today from Saint Lucia's Sounding Ground. This was a debut collection for Saint Lucian, and he went on to win that year the OCM Bocas Overall Award and Prize in 2015 for this book, Sounding Ground. It was published by Peepal in 2014. I'm reading a poem from Sounding Ground titled Ebb 2. I feel it when I am in the open lung of my hammock, reading on the veranda of my East Coast apartment. I feel it when I am driving down the causeway to Pigeon Island, with the sunroof pulled back, letting the wind rough up my clothes. Then I come to lie down on the beach, to sit with legs crossed like a vendor's tray, to settle and see the ocean and the true broocher-bright colors of my island. The man selling fruits on the sea, the fishing boats at Rosalie, the big naval T-negs running and diving off the jetty with arms like huge tamarinds. While I am there, a tourist smiles a nothing smile. A hotel worker fakes an accent on the beach with flowers in his shirt whose roots are killing his heart. Another man is offering horse rides and bright beach umbrellas. The pillars at the Sanders Hotel separate the locals from the tourists. I feel it when I take my toes out of this sand, when I am leaving this place, when I am driving on the causeway, which feels, from inside my car, as if it is made of breeze. I feel it when I pass by my hammock and enter the small aromatic alphabet of the rooms in my apartment. I feel it in the cold dusk coming, in the small ultimatums of light switches. I feel it in the sound of the Atlantic entering the house, alone, in the colourful silence of his precious stones. Saint Lucian, from Sounding Ground. I'm reading for you from my new book, Pierrot, which Peepal published in 2020. I want to read a poem from part 2 of the book called Who Made Me a Stranger in My World? Who made me a stranger in my world? Who determined I was a minority? Who made my skin a boundary and barrier to negotiate at immigration counters? Who are the traffickers and traders of bodies and souls and sex of the inheritors of the earth? Who are the invaders of unfenced gardens, honest kitchens, sacred grounds? Who are the thieves of our acres, our wide rivers, the surf-edged coasts of our children and old women? Whose guns, burning crosses, and mitred corruptions lynched and raped and decimated nations and continents of citizens, not minorities, not niggers, not coolies, of this denuding blue-green planet angling around our sun? Whose recurring post-truth narrative, recycling apartheid, redneck latitudes of fence plantations, and other such discriminations, we citizens, no resident aliens, reject and blood fire? Whose fingerprints are on every coup d'etat, regime change manipulations, behind caravans of refugees over tent cities, on bleeding children in the streets of Herat, rebel cities of Syria, atrocities in Sudan, charity scams and child abuse in Haiti? And what of Trayvon, Charleston Church, the boy Tamar Rice, Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland, George Floyd, Rayshard Brooks, both of them joined Texas, Jamal Khashoggi, all those neighborhood assassinations? You think I stretch the inventory too far? I'm mixing murders and metaphors, don't know the histories. I'm disregarding tribal warfares, who sold who, crusades, ancestral hatreds. Costumes and masquerades evolve. But who are Babylon, Egypt and Rome today? Who threatens and invades? Who buys and sells house slave leaders, infiltrates democracies, interferes with elections? Who spies and kills with drones? Lies as a matter of policy, hacks your private conversations? Who arrogantly calls themselves superpowers? Whose lackeys insult you in the visa office? Whose police and soldiers shoot citizens with impunity? David Hines, rootsman of Steel Pulse, chanting them down. Snakes in the grass, they know not God. Polytricksters, is they are the same man? My 92-year-old friend, the songwriter, never forgot British headmaster Fox Hawes in the arena of a classroom, caning Bastian with 12 strokes for burning the Black Book of Detentions, the Black Book. And Bastian never spoke. Bravo Bastian, bravo citizen, bravo Rosa Parks, Mandela, Marley, Martin, John Lewis, Toussaint Louverture, Tiananmen Square tank confronter, Palestinian slingshot warriors, Malala Yousafzai, Lou Jabot, Mahatma Gandhi, Marcus Garvey, and all those who in the belly of the beasts walk with disenfranchised coalitions, raising bloodstained placards, birthrights, rainbow passports of citizenship, claiming their place at the table, their seat on the bus, their desk in the school, their home in the tree-lined avenue, their voice in the Senate, the right to stroll in the park, to wear their hair as they please without being raped, without being shot in the back, to check into any hotel, to drive the car of their choice, to love, to live. Who made me a stranger in my world? Who? Who? Who?